Welcome everyone to another episode of Follow the Light Music Review. My name is John DeLaurentis, and in this video, I'm going to be going over my top 15 favorite reissues of 2024. So these are albums that were reissued that came out in prior years, and these are my favorites. My criteria for this video in terms of why I chose these ones were for number one, for sound quality. The remastering is done wonderfully on it. It sounds great. I'm also looking at an appealing design and layout. I'm also looking for an informative booklet that includes lyrics, credits, notes. That's all important to me. I love knowing who wrote the songs. I love having the lyrics. I love knowing the musicians that played on it. So those are my criteria. Also, these are releases I think are important to the history of music in general and Christian music in specific. And there are going to be a couple here that were released outside of Christian labels here, but I think are important to the discussion here. And you'll see them when I get to them. I do want to start off with an honorable mention before I get into the top 15, and that's this fantastic release from Rox Records. This is the Imperials, who, of course, are iconic in Christian music, pop music, adult contemporary music, other styles they did in the 80s. Fantastic band, been at it for decades. And this is a wonderful 5-song EP that, as it says in here, takes a fresh take on some Imperial classics like No Shortage, Unforgiven, and Not to Us, O Lord. It has a new worship song, The Way, on here, and a defining anthem for these times called Blessed. Nice little fold-out panel here. And this also has a accompanying DVD that you can watch about them and some of the history. So no doubt very important. This particular version of the Imperials here that are on here are Rick Evans, Paul Smith, Ron Hempy, and Rod Fletcher. Of course, one of the other famous members of the Imperials everyone talks about is Russ Taff. So I just wanted to give a shout out to that one. That was from Rox Records in 2024. All right, let's get on to the top 15. Number 15 is Giant Killer, Whose Side You On? Okay, this was a UK Christian band, and this album came out in 1981. And if you like the British Christian bands like Alwyn Wall Band, Bill Mason Band, even some of the United States, if you want to compare to some of the United States artists like early DeCarmo, okay, you'll love this. This is great classic rock, almost has like almost like a new wavy vibe in some things. Some great songs in here, Into the 80s, No More Sin. So Retroactive Records put this out as part of Legends Remastered. And Kemper Crab of Archangel fame and Jimmy Hotz were involved here in the remixing, and it was remastered from the original master tapes. So this is a great archival thing. It would be kind of fall under Jesus music. They're coming in at number 15. All right, number 14, the iconic country singer Slim Whitman. If you've never heard of him, you should. This is someone who went on to sell 70 million in sales, toured with Elvis Presley, and is definitely an icon of country music. I'm not a huge fan of country music, but when you listen to this, there's just such a heartfelt spirit that is in here. This is 20 of his precious memories, the very best. 20 songs on this. Great stuff. And Slim Whitman was known for his yodeling and for his use of falsetto in his voice, and again, decades-long career. He died in 2013 at age 90. So check this out. This one came out from Retroactive Records, and nice booklet inside. Nice illustration there by Rudy Grunke, I think. Did a beautiful job there. And so you should check this out. Even if you're not really traditionally, like, I'm not a huge country fan, but this is good stuff. I would check that out. Number 14. All right, number 13 is the vinyl issue of Floods Polarized. Of course, this is the band that features Guy Ritter and Gary Lanier from Tourniquet. This is the one I mentioned in my last video, the top 15. This one I like better then ripped into exile, their second one. And this is the first time on vinyl. And this is from Bombworks Records. And comes with a nice sleeve inside with the lyrics, some band photos. And you have a nice cool red color here. This is a great album, great musicianship. Songs like Darfur, The Order of Melchizedek, just it's a tour de force of musical excellence on this one for metal. Thrashy, metally, but a lot of melodic parts on here. Just a really good one. So that's Flood at number 13. All right, moving on. Let's go to number 12, The Awful Truth. So this is one of those ones that was not released on a Christian label initially. This was released in 1990 on Metal Blade Records. If you don't know The Awful Truth is the beginning origins of Galactic Cowboys. All right, so this is prog metal, fantastic album featuring Monty Colwell, that would go on, of course, to the Galactic Cowboys. This is great prog metal and a lot more spiritual lyrics in this one here. But this is a great release under the Metal Icon series from Brutal Planet Records. Beautiful layout. So I highly recommend that if you're into prog metal and great harmonies. You know, the Galactic Cowboys were known or are known for their Beatlesque type harmonies here. So you're going to really like this if you like the Galactic Cowboys. All right, number 11 is a double. I'm putting two together here. This is Redeemer and two of their releases that were put out, Anno Domini and Double-Edged Sword. And these are the definitive issues of these. Look at the beautiful cover art. These are part of the Metal Icon series of retroactive records. Shout out to Scott Waters of No Life to Metal Graphics. Did a great layout on this one. Look at those covers. Now this is when it was released in the second edition in 2017. So look at that compared to these. Beautiful colors, beautiful booklets inside with the lyrics and credits and everything. Just fantastic. This is great heavy metal, just classic heavy metal sound. So if you like that style of music, this is Bill Mention, who's been in a lot of different bands from Final Axe to Seventh Power, and Titanic, also the Titanic. So if you like any of those bands, Reverend Seven, another one, fantastic, great heavy metal. Check those out. All right, those both came in at number 11, kind of tied for number 11. Number 10, King's X, Live Love in London, Deluxe Edition. This is coming from Brutal Planet Records. This is a great 2 CD, 1 DVD release. Beautifully done, has an O-card. Kind of folds out here. Get some great concert shots, some credits in there. And then you have the 2 CDs, and you have the DVD on here as well. And it also comes with 3 collector cards. Really neat, you know. 3 collector cards, like the trading cards. So really great release, great concert. Again, prog metal with fantastic deep Beatlesque type harmonies in it. So that comes in at number 10. All right, number 9. Vinyl reissue of Barren Cross. This 1989 classic metal. Remember, Barren Cross was contemporary with the Striper at the time. State of Control, fantastic album of theirs. And this was their third, I think this is their third album. Because there was Rock for the King, and then there was Atomic Arena, and then this one. This is a fantastic, high-quality, remastered for vinyl version that includes both bonus tracks. Remember, there was a bonus track on the one that was released to the mainstream market, Escape in the Night, and then to the Christian market, there was a more ballady bonus track called Your Love Gives. Both of them are on here. And I just listened to this one today. Fantastic sound quality, beautiful pressing. Has the insert inside as well with all the lyrics. Nice collage put together by Scott Waters again. And has this on. Let's see. Beautiful. I love the color of this one. This is like an ocean blue swirl. Great. This number 9. Great release on vinyl from a very important band to Christian metal history. Okay, number 8. Robert Vaughan and the Shadows, Songs from the River House. So this, you may not know Robert Vaughan, but if you were a fan of alternative records who put out some really great releases, and I have my notes here, I'm going to look up here for a second. You have 2 notable ones, or 3 notable ones you can remember for the alternative record label. 77s, Steve Scott, 2 Pound Planet. So they also put out Robert Vaughan and the Shadows, Songs from the River House. Now this is more an album of storytelling. Robert Vaughan's a great storyteller, great musicianship, just fantastic. And this was Randy Layton, the founder of Alternative Records, last project that he did before he passed away, unfortunately, this year. He didn't even see the completion of this. He died before it came out. His son spearheaded getting the final thing out, and this came out through an Indiegogo campaign. And this is a double red vinyl gatefold album. Look at all the lyrics in there, and red color. See if I can slip this out really quick. Has an insert inside with some notes. One of the notes in here is from John J. Thompson of TrueTunes.com. This is, sadly, if you want this, it's too late. It's gone. It sold out the vinyl. However, on Bandcamp, you can get the downloadable version of it. But this is a great double album from Robert Vaughan and the Shadows. That coming in at number 8. Okay, number 7 is the collector's edition of Sacred Warrior, Waiting in Darkness. Of course, Sacred Warrior, very great band from the 80s, 90s, heavy metal. And the band put this out in 2013. So if you remember them from then, like their debut album, I think it was Rebellion, and another album was Master's Command, and then there was Obsession. Great metal albums. This one here came out in 2013. It's fantastic. Comes with a O card. Very well done here. And open up here. Now, this was released on CD. Not as, that is the CD, obviously. It was released on vinyl, I mean to say. Back in 2021 by Retroactive Records. So that's the vinyl version. This wasn't a colored vinyl. This was just black vinyl. So that is now released here in 2024 on this collector's edition here. This is a great metal album. If you like classic heavy metal again, Sacred Warrior, check it out. Really good. Metal Icon series from Retroactive Records coming in at number 7. Okay, this one here was a Kickstarter campaign by the band, The Choir. And this is Chase the Kangaroo. The band's, what was this one? I'm going to look at my notes here. 3rd album from 1988. And this opens up into nice pictures inside. And the vinyl, the cassette in here, and then of course there's a little booklet inside here as well, kind of a fold out here. And the band worked in like I said, the Kickstarter campaign, and got this released. And if you were part of the Kickstarter campaign, they also had the availability of this interesting 7 plus 77s equal 9 in reinterpretations. And this features some tracks that are live, but it also has a track on here that the 77s cover of the Choirs, and then a track of the Choirs that who cover a 77 song. So nowhere else is the 77 song that the Choir does, and To Cover You is the Choir song that the 77s cover. And then there's some live tracks on here as well. So this is a great release. This, if you missed the Kickstarter campaign for this one, it is available to purchase on Bandcamp. So you can still get that. So that comes in at number 6. All right, let's get into my top 5. So number 5, John Schlitt, History. This is a great 3 CD set. Another nice O card here. 3 CDs that cover the John Schlitt solo years. Okay, he did 6 solo albums. So there's tracks on here from all of them except the Christmas album. And there's some tracks on here from the Union of Sinners and Saints, the band that he's in with Billy Smiley from Whiteheart. And this is a great collection of tracks from all his albums. So his individual albums, I know a lot of them may be out of print now. So this is a great way to get the best of them here. And this comes with a beautiful booklet here. And let me see if I wrote it down here. I don't know how many pages it is, but it's pretty lengthy. Has a history of a rock icon written by yours truly. And this was, I wrote this history of John Schlitt, and John Schlitt approved it. So that was a really great project to work on. And this is a great collection, 3 CD collection. Petra, lead singer, has a lot of great solo stuff. So check that one out. Coming in at number 5. Number 4 on my list, Stand Up and Shout. This one is a 4 CD collection of 69 songs across career spanning of Ken Tamplin, and comes with an O card, as you can see here. And this is beautifully packaged. Another shout out to Scott Waters of No Life to Metal. This one I got an autograph version here. So this one here has, as the booklet falls out, has a beautiful fold out. A lot of pictures of Ken Tamplin, of course, very influential musician, guitarist, songwriter, vocalist extraordinaire in the band Shout, Magdalene, and just great compilation of tracks across his career. What's great about this 4 CD set is that there are, as it says here in the O card, 22 unreleased tracks, 6 new exclusive versions, and a 3,700-word essay. That was also written by me as well, and Ken Tamplin approved, and tells the history. Nice booklet here, tells the history. I think this essay I wrote for this one's even longer than the one I wrote for the Petra 50 box set here. Goes over all the musical history of Ken Tamplin, some of his early years, his conversion, and all that stuff. Has all the song titles here and what albums they come from. So again, this one came out, Girder Records. Great compilation, Girder Records, just like the John Schlitt ones. 2 great career-spanning collections that Girder Records put out in 2024 that you definitely should check out. You know, and of course, Ken Tamplin, very important to Christian rock and metal, hard rock and metal. All right, we're in top 3. Number 3, Battle Cross, or Battle, I'm going to always say Battle Cross, Battle Cry. Battle Cross is another band. Battle Cry, Red, White, and Blue, and Beyond. I remember getting this 6-song vinyl record and being so excited for that opening track that came on with that great opening riff that sticks in your head, Red, White, and Blue. Just fantastic 6 songs. And what's great about this is Rox Records put this together, and there was at the time a cassette that was released that had some live tracks on it. The kind of record company wanted this kind of live bootleg songs on there, and it was kind of bootleg quality and sound. I don't think the band was very happy with it, but nonetheless, they're on here. So if you had that cassette only, now you can hear them on CD for the first time, and then you get an additional tracks that are taken from the band's personal archives. These are all previously unreleased demos, and guess what? Some songs on here in the demos were not on the official 6. So you'll hear those on here. So this, I think, is a great release, one of the best. This also features an interview with the band inside. This one I did not do the interview for. I did do the copy editing on this one. But there's a great interview in here. The band talks about the history of this great band. Really great classic rock sound with musicianship that's fantastic, vocals that are fantastic. So that's my number 3, Battle Cry, Red, White, and Blue, and Beyond. All right, let's move into my top 2. Okay, number 2, as the CDs go falling, Follower, Into the Sun. Okay, this one here is one that I worked with Bill Baffert of Rox Records, and I asked Bill if he would be interested in reissuing this classic album, which was almost like a proto supergroup. It featured Brian Wooten on guitars, who would go on to Whiteheart, Kerry Crafton, who's a very well-known producer and instructor, Lance Keltner, well-known singer, and this was a great 10-song classic rock band. This came out in 1985, by the way, and this was originally released on Quicksilver Records, on vinyl, and then cassette. However, they made a mistake on there, and they said the album was released 1977. So there's some information going on the internet where they're saying this came out in the 70s. It did not come out in the 70s. It came out in 1985. That's verified with Kerry Crafton, who is involved with this. Kerry Crafton and Brian Wooten personally remixed this release. So this is a remixed version. It came out fantastic. Scott Waters reimagined the cover to be more rock and roll looking, and that's what the band's vision was. If you've seen the original vinyl, which is, there's a picture of it inside the booklet in here, not quite rock and roll looking. You can see a little bit of it there with the background there. It doesn't kind of look too rock and roll. I did an interview with Kerry Crafton for this one here, so that appears in here. You also have all the lyrics in here. So this is a great classic rock album that you should check out. Came out from Rox Records. Okay, number 1. Damascus, the complete anthology. All right, the road to Damascus, the complete anthology. This is a great release, my favorite of the year. I'm a huge prog rock fan, as I mentioned in my last video with Echo Verse, who I'm wearing their shirt. Coming in at number 1 as a current prog band. This band Damascus, they released 4 cassette-only independent releases that they recorded primarily in their own studio. I've loved them for years, and I asked Bill Baffert again of Rox Records, can we get these out on CD for the first time ever? And he was amenable to it. So I started working with primary songwriter and band leader Tom McCowan on this back in April of 2024. So this came out, I think, somewhere around maybe November, if I'm correct. And this is the result of it. All right, so I had the original cassettes here. I have them here. I'm going to show them to you really quick. This is the band's second, third, and fourth albums. Will I Find You There, Timeless, and Soon the Doors Will Open. I've listened to them for years and loved them for years, and I'm so happy that they're now officially released on CD, and also with their unreleased 5th album is on here, The Turning Tide. So this is a great 2 CD set, and this is a monster of a booklet in here. 24 pages. There's an interview I did with Tom McCowan in here, which talks about Damascus history and about the music, and then there's all the lyrics to all of those things. So remember, their very first cassette, I don't have that one, but that was a 4-song EP. 2 of the songs were repeated on their second album, Will I Find You There. So on here you'll see just the 2 songs that were unique to that release that are on here, plus the 3 other albums, plus the 5th Damascus album that was never released, the unreleased 5th album. Tom McCowan did an amazing job when you listen to them of recreating from the demos and from even boombox recording some of this stuff here. So this is my favorite release of 2024. Absolutely. Prog metal excellence, fantastic musicianship, fantastic vocals, great songs, great songwriting. If you like bands like Kansas, Saga, Genesis, in the Christian realm, Archangel, Spock's Beard, you'll love this. And believe it or not, both the Damascus and the Follower are in distribution now, and you can get them at places like Target. So it's in distribution, and I would not hesitate to take advantage of getting that as soon as you can. Fantastic. So that's my top 15. Thank you for being so patient here, 25 minutes in. Hope you've stayed with me and enjoyed this video. And let me know what you think are the best reissues of 2024. I'd love to hear it in the comments. So that's it. Keep tuning into the channel. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, like the video, and ring the bell so you get notifications of these new videos when they come out. So I'd like to end with, remember to follow the light, which shines out in the darkness. God bless everyone. I'll see you.